In the deep, dark future, in a galaxy riddled with turmoil and chaos, lies Niro VII. A world of endless industry, whose inhabitants are oblivious to the perils beyond. Due to forced labor and indentured servitude, the inhabitants of Niro VII have little time to think of the stars above. Until now. Prepare yourself for Niro VII, a gothic, planetary chronicler.
Greetings, gentle listeners. The tale you are about to embark on is one of peril and great danger, laughter, chaos, and friendship. The stories that we'll be unraveling here are of the great Bloomsday the 66th Rebellion and the events following on the planet Niro VII. Please, have a seat, roll up a spliff of the most toxic chemicals within arm's reach, and join us for the chronicling.
Decoding memory banks.
Hello, greetings, and welcome to the Emperor's Eye. I'm your host, as always, Zada Danzadale Fex, coming at ya. Today, we have a special episode. Firstly, we'll begin the search for the new Emperor's Eye co-host. We also have a very special guest, the Emperor himself, on this very Bloomsday the 66th, his rebirth day no less. There's a possibility he'll be joining us in studio, so prepare yourselves for that. Gentle inhabitants of Niro VII, welcome to the Emperor's Eye. I, once again, am your host, the one and only Zada Danzadale Fex, and I'm still coming at ya. Let's start off with some local stories. Coming in from the dock boundary, 117 industrial sector indentured workers and 16 surveyor drones have been found bifurcated on the border of the dock boundary and manufacturing sector 3. All of the bodies were missing most of the vital organs. One surveyor drone was found with its data implant intact, so that's currently being scanned for further information. As we all know, the Canadids have been nesting in the dock boundary for the better part of 700 cycles, with no way of supplanting them. 1.5 cycles ago, Yardrix Umar of the 5 attempted the purge, and only part of his head and leg were found. So again, I will remind you all, do not go to the dock boundary. You will most definitely die, or worse, live to regret it. In other news, the birthing chambers of Idera, located in Subsistence Sector 1, have brought forth 500 new labor-class drones, which are estimated to be ready for service to the Emperor within the coming few months. This will increase productivity of the plant by approximately 0.000343%. The birthing chambers are also pending upgraded facilities next cycle, which will produce up to 10,000 labor class and an additional 2,000 surveyor class drones. We look forward to the increase in productivity. Now to the good stuff. As you may already know, our previous co-host, Cedric Tallshanks, was called up to the Heroes 5 to take on the responsibilities of the Yardrix Umar. We're hoping he'll get to avoid having to deal with the plague running rampant throughout the dock boundary, but let's be honest, he'll most likely die there, and I salute him for it. Our new host will be chosen from amongst the ranks of the Cosmic Knights. The Emperor himself will handpick the lucky soul to join us here in the Solarium Deluxeum, in the heart of Industrial Sector 9, aka Capital City Center. The new host will join us being my surveyor bot companion, Mr. McMoneyface, and myself up behind the big black desk to present the happenings within the Emperor's domain. We do have the misfortune of going through co-hosts like the labor class goes through working limbs, but this time we're hoping we find one that sticks, and not in the disgusting way. The Emperor certainly has his work cut out for him, as there have been over 1.3 billion applicants from within the Niro star cluster, and our new co-host will be the best of the worst. Dear Emperor, the Rebirthday Boy is now available to receive our well wishes.
Connection established.
Hello, yes. We're reaching out for the Emperor's Rebirthday wishes. Yes, from the Emperor's eye. Okay, we'll hold. Just a moment, folks. We're being connected. Ah, my lord. Such a pleasure to hear your voice. We have you live on the Emperor's Eye, with your billions of loyal subjects on Niro VII listening in. We'd like to wish you the best rebirthday, and thank all the gods that you were given back to us those 725 cycles ago.
Greetings, Imperial citizens of Niro VII. It has been brought to my attention that the production from the manufacturing sectors of Niro VII have been quite lax these last 3 cycles, down 3.3% annually. I've already ordered all Overseer drones to be executed, and new, more stringent sect of elite Overseers take their places. This should settle that issue. If we notice another drop in productivity to the planet, the executions will continue, until it rises again. We do not need another Virilax Exterminatus to happen. Such a waste of a planet's precious resources. I expect all shipments to the Outer Rim to be fulfilled on time and fully stocked. No exceptions. I've also heard tell that there's been manual replications taking place in the slum sectors. If you have not been deveined, you're expected to surrender yourself to the nearest medical surveyor for due processing, or risk a swift execution. Zardard, keep up the adequate work. You do your sector proud.
My lord, I thank you from the bottom of my fluid circulator. And again, we hope you have the happiest of rebirthdays. Mind if I hang this up? Well, folks, happy Bloomsday the 66th. Oh, shit!
Archlord Zardard! The sector is under attack by rebels! We're being bombed mercilessly! We're being ordered to evacuate! The sector's going to collapse! We have to go! Now!
Oh, that's my cue. I wish I knew something was going on outside. I would have evacuated much earlier. Dear me, seems I'm rather popular today. I'd better get out of here. Tendril captors, activate! Huh, what have we here?
Lord Commander Beck, enemy ships inbound. They are locked on and shields are no longer a viable option. Hull breaches reported on level 5, 7, and 15. We've lost starboard and aft propulsion units. Be advised, enemy cruisers currently preparing for broadside the port side.
Damn! We've been hit! We need to get to the evacuation pods and take this battle to the ground. We're too high up. I need to get the ship close to a stable orbit before we can deploy the drop pods. Battle squads Alpha and Bravo, get to your drop pods and prepare for deployment. Commander, we're going down fast! To your drop pod!
Drop pods ready for deployment.
Commander, get to your drop pod! We're all evacuating!
Azrael, it's
Die, filthy heretics! Ah!
Shit! Where have I landed? You there, guardsman. Where are the rest of the drop pod? We just deployed from that ship that flew up in orbit. I don't see my knights anywhere.
My lord, the drop pod was the only one to make it to the ground. The rest of the pods were destroyed on the way down.
Are you telling me these craters are my men's ships?
Yes, my lord.
Damn it!
Decoding memory banks.
And that was the Bloomsday, the 66th Rebellion, and I shall never forget it.
I remember it clearly. That was the day the Emperor selected me to join you on this mission of enlightenment. And also the day I discovered you could shit your pants.
It was merely oil, but I technically shat it out of fear. And enough with the reminiscing. Let's move on to a bit of news for the masses, after a word from our sponsors. Bone Tech, now with 133% less bone flavor and 190% more bones. So you can choke them down without choking on bone.
Are you feeling sick and disgusting? Are you tired of eating bone paste and bio meal every day? Well, I got great news. Introducing new Biogel 3.6 with 300% more bioengineered replicated meat substitute flavor. Bringing the boost you need when working your mandated 49 hours in the manufacturing mines. Don't let poor quality sustenance ruin your productivity and avoid execution with new Biogel 3.6. Feel the gel.
Are you having trouble staying awake? Nodding off on the job? Are your board and ration provided stem packs just not cutting the mustard anymore? Well, you better try the new and improved Wick Tech Stems. One simple injection into your scrotum or your labia and you'll be howling with energy. Enough to keep you going for days on end, in fact. Avoid the weakness of sleep with Wake Tech Stems.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Emperor's Eye, and I must say I am rather excited to try the new Biogel 3.6.
Feel the gel.
Now, as we all know, the Canidids have developed their own cloning vats and have started creating their own humanoid creatures to integrate and steal from our vats for their own nefarious deeds. If you are found to be one of these creatures, you will be severely executed in the most brutal of fashions. I promise you. Today marks the second anniversary since Yardrix Umar of the Five was taken from us, and the rise of the great Cedric Tallshanks. He has very quickly risen to number 1 in the Five, despite all odds. His fame and battle prowess know no limits. Now, Zardard, how does that make you feel, having known both of these men formerly?
Well, Cedric, I could take him with a grain of salt, but Yardrix really earned my respect with the way he walked deep into those Canidid pits and got himself slaughtered brutally. Cedric, on the other hand, has not done that yet, so he has not yet earned my respect.
He does have all the makings of a proper cosmic knight. I mean, he's giant, he's strong, he's good with a weapon.
And he'll make a good pile of meat chunks.
Ah, right.
One day.
That reminds me, please ensure you are not going near the Dark Boundary. As always, you will die. It will be most painful.
Most painful.
Very painful.
Absolutely. And in other news, the birthing chambers of Idera, located in Subsistence Sector 1, have only brought forth a mere 200 new labor class clones, which is a sharp decrease in reproduction. new security measures have been put in place to protect those chambers from the Canadid thieves, as they're stealing more and more samples of our products. As you are all aware, the rebels who attacked us on that fateful Bloomsday were absorbed into the Canadid hive mind and continue to strike out against the Emperor's forces galaxy-wide. The Canadids have taken the fifth moon of Niro VII and claimed it as their home base, and continue to replicate and produce vile creatures for their war machine.
I have had the absolute pleasure of destroying many of those Canadid creatures in all of their forms, from the disgusting four-legged beasts to the massive eight-armed wormlings with their weird hair, razor-like teeth, and stink.
Yes, I've dissected a good handful myself, and it's definitely the stink that gets me. It's kind of like a cross between human excrement and rotting old flesh from the male penis.
That's rather disgusting. Now let's move to some local stories. The efforts to rebuild and resupply have been going smoothly, as the indentured citizens of Niro VII have been making new weapons and fortifications around the clock. Today also marks the 2nd year anniversary of our last communication with the God Emperor himself.
Well, I've spoken with him, but I may be the only being on the planet with open communication with the Emperor.
Wouldn't I also have communication, being of the Emperor's eye, Zardo?
Well, you're merely an intern, or some kind of new hire.
It's been 2 cycles.
Well, I've been here for 700 cycles, so.
All right. Well, the efforts to rebuild our studios have commenced, but labor is slow, as most of the effort goes to rebuilding the fortifications and manufacturings of weapon and armor. We are expected to have it up and running again in the next, 15 cycles.
It's gonna be a while, folks. A lot of the technology was developed by me, and in order to replicate that technology, well, it's gonna take some time. I don't exactly have my notes, as they were all in Capital City Center, which, as you know, was quite destroyed. Anyway, moving on, we'll be going to our first guest of the evening, one Mr. or Mrs. person that is sitting amongst the rabble of this local watering hole. You there! Come, sit with us. Join the show.
You talking to him? Me? Him? Oh, me. All right. So what is your name, and what do you do? The name's Richard Nickstone, Guardsman number 43187.
Got another one.
Corporal in this here planet's defense force. Now, why would a cosmic knight and a member of the technocratic Illuminists want to do with me?
I am the technocratic Illuminist. The Emperor's eye in this damnable place. And I am of the House Danzadale Fex. My face is everywhere, and I am everywhere. How dare you not know me?
Easy, Zardard. The man's clearly been mind-wiped post-deployment. He probably doesn't even remember where he's from or his name. Just serial numbers and position movements. Nope, I remember everything. I was able to evade the mind wipe. I just don't care to know the names of the fucks pulling the strings around here.
Somebody hold me back!
Relax. Sit down. Let the man speak. Now, Richard, tell us about what you've seen on the front here. What atrocities have befallen the once thriving world of Niro VII? Well, it's a bit of a brutal story, mate. Day one, saw me best friend blown to smithereens by his best friend. Then both of them were eaten by a pack of hungry Canadids. Then the Canadids proceeded to fuck the meat chunks. It was gruesome. Damn near ate me rifle when I saw that. Instead, I turned and ran. From that day,
turn off your
it's been non-stop battle. A battle to survive. Endless fighting. Wave after wave of new Canadids. These new hybrids, these Canadid humanoids. They're tricky bastards. You'd never know they're amongst you, unless you're close enough to smell them. Oh, the stink. It's like a wet fart mixed with eggs.
Yes, they stink something fierce. I do have one more question for you. Why are you such a fuckface?
I mean, that's just me nature, isn't it?
Well, in that case, go eat a big bag of flesh, penis.
I like this Robo-Man. He's kind of funny.
How dare you call me a Robo-Man? I am of the technocratic Illuminus.
Let's get back on course here. Let's talk about some of your current maneuvers. What was your most recent campaign with the defense forces of Niro VII? Well, lately it's been corpse detail. After my rotation back from the front, we moved to Capital City Center. Thought it was going to be a nice break. Little did we know, we were just going to be recycling the bodies of the fallen. They're fucking everywhere, in every state of decomposition.
Yes, the bone starch has been a little stale since the Bloomsday Rebellion. Not that I need to eat it, but aside from being a fuckface, what are some of the hot deets from the front line? Aren't the 5 getting summons to Niro VII to assist?
I've heard they'll be here within the month. Something about Cedric Tollshanks paying a debt of some sort. To the Emperor? No, it's to some fuck he owes a debt to. Don't know much more than that. Besides the guy unlucky enough to get stuck here on this fucking planet.
No need to be so crude. This is a family broadcast, after all. But I did put in a summons 2 cycles ago after the Bloomsday Rebellion. Maybe that has something to do with his arrival.
No need to worry about my foul language, Lord Zardard. Even the children of this world know how shit it is.
Good point. And that's enough of you for now. How would you feel about being a frontline correspondent? I can have the Emperor pull some strings and have you reassigned ASAP.
Any special perks come with this job? Or am I just some sort of story pig?
Well, for starters, maybe a more expedient death. But yes, mostly a story pig, with the occasional free beverage of your choice.
That doesn't sound half bad. Sounds like a deal to me. I'm in.
Excellent. I'll put in the request post-haste. Now fuck off, you fucking meat man. Anyway, thank you, Corporal. Your services are no longer needed at this time. And for our listeners, prepare your ears for words from our sponsors.
Feel the warm embrace of youth flow over you. Bathe in the silky smooth sensations of Replicon dermal paste, specifically formulated to make your skin feel years younger. Watch those calluses slough off after just one use. Use repeatedly for 7 days and see years of damaged and tortured skin be replenished and revitalized. Reinvigorate yourself with Replicon dermal paste.
Please use as directed. Extensive use of Replicon dermal paste may cause certain unwelcome side effects, such as heartburn, loss of skin, loss of hair, rectal fracturing, bleeding from the asshole, and eye spitting. Please consult your medical spare bot before starting new Replicon dermal paste.
Replicon dermal paste. Embrace a more supple tomorrow.
Hey everybody, it's me, Mauricio, from Mauricio's Furniture Fabricating Fixtures. We recently acquired furniture from all around the galaxy, with the pieces created for those of us who need a little extra support around the midsection and the ramp. With special detail applied to the lumbar regions, and for the taller drone looking for to take the load off, we have the new solid titanium leaning posts. Come on down to Maurice's Furniture Fabricating Fixtures, located on Route 639 in the Manufacturing Sector 2, directly across from the slum. Mauricio's Furniture Fabricating Fixtures. Let us take your load and evenly distribute it. Welcome back, everybody. I love me a leading post. Thank you, Mauricio.
I do notice my skin has been years smoother since starting, and I have several hundred years of skin on my body.
Absolutely. I still have this scrotal skin that I kept before I transformed my body into about 97% machine. But yes, I do paste it quite often, and it is pretty supple.
So, what other skin products do you have? I don't know how that works with you of the Technocratic Illuminus.
Well, we decide what skin we'd like to keep. I have the scrotal skin that I used to cover my previous flesh penis patch.
That's disgusting.
Well, you know, things aren't all that they seem. But I also have one of my eyelids, half of a lip, an ear, and a nipple.
The half a lip is pretty disturbing sometimes, especially when it twitches.
Well, previously, before I got this beautiful sheen of metal on my face, I just had my old face stretched over a metal exoskeleton. It was pretty sexy, but
That sounds horrifying.
And it may have been, but not to me. I thought it was quite fashionable. Well, folks, it's enough of that. Thank you for joining us on this voyage through the local happenings in and around your local Nero VII neighborhood. It's been a wild ride. I'd like to thank my co-host, Kazriel Branos of the Cosmic Knights, and our minuscule guest, one Corporal Rickard Dick Stone. Nick Stone, Kazriel, any closing statements?
As always, citizens of Nero VII, be vigilant, be mindful, and avoid the dark boundary at all costs. Also, work harder.
But mostly avoid the dark boundary. You will die, and we don't know how many times we have to tell you that.
This is Kazriel Branos,
And Zada Dansdale Fex.
signing off.
Decoding memory banks.
The Emperor's Eye was recorded among a live tavern audience within the populace of Nero VII. Please send all donations, mandatory or otherwise, to P.O. Box 117, Solarium Deluxe, 3.69173, Capital City Center. Questions, comments, or concerns can be sent by your local magistrate of the Technocratic Illuminus. Now get back to work.
The Emperor's Eye was brought to you by our local sponsors. Bone Meal. Choke 'em down without choking on bone. Biogel 3.6. Feel the gel. Wake Tech Stims. Avoid the weakness of sleep. Mauricio's Furniture Fabricating Fixtures. Replicon Dermal Paste. Embrace a more supple tomorrow.